And, Mr. Speaker, can I just say this? It is surely perverse that we are in a situation whereby, if there is a deal, it comes back to this place, and this place could debate it and vote on it. But if there is the worst scenario, which is no deal, we are not entitled to that say or that vote. Mr. Speaker, that simply cannot be right. And this actually isn't a debate about Brexit. We've had that vote. I voted against my conscience, in accordance with the promise I made to the people of Broxton, that I would honour the result, and I voted for us to leave the European Union. So we've had that one, we're moving on. This is all about, actually, parliamentary sovereignty. And there are some uncomfortable truths that need to be said. It took a few brave souls, and they were brave, to go to the High Court and then to the Supreme Court to establish parliamentary sovereignty. And that's now why we have this bill. Not because we did it in this place, and history will record all these things, but because of what they did. But to the credit of the government, they accept it. Now, I understand there is a good argument to be made, that this is a short and simple bill. But the difficulty, and why I found myself for the first time voting against my government, was because of this intransigency, this inability to accept that in the worst case scenario, this place is not allowed a say. And this Secretary of State, of all members of this place, with his fine track record of establishing and fighting at every opportunity for the sovereignty of Parliament, to be standing up and denying us that on this particular instance is deeply ironic. And because I'm being generous, I will.
The Honourable Lady giving way, but does she not accept? It's a very simple point that this place made a contract with the British people at that referendum, and the SNP may not like it, but it's actually true. And therefore, whatever the deal, if there is a good deal, we'll take it. If there isn't, the Prime Minister's made it very clear we will not accept a bad deal. We move on, we move out of the EU.
Very grateful, but the honourable gentleman forgets there was one question on the ballot paper: are we remaining or leaving the EU? The people voted, 52% of those that voted, to leave. And that's what we're doing. We, some on this side, have honoured that result, and we have voted for us to leave. Now we're talking about the sovereignty of this Parliament and what happens in the event that our Prime Minister doesn't strike that deal. Now, I trust our Prime Minister to do everything that she can, and I will support her in her efforts to get that good deal. But let us make no mistake about this and be under no illusions. If she doesn't get to strike that deal, there will be no other alternative but WTO tariffs and regulation and rules. And the people in my constituency certainly did not vote for that. And the honourable gentleman from a sedentary place says so. Well, I could assure the honourable gentleman it's not just me, but it's our Prime Minister who takes the view that falling off the cliff edge is the worst possible outcome for the people of this country. And that is the one thing that I will in a moment, that is the one thing we must make sure doesn't happen. And this place, in that event, must help and assist the government in what happens next.